Greetings, good afternoon, and it is time to start our fifth Abhidhamma class in our second cycle. We will continue today's class, and you're most welcome to join us through the Sanghakaya Foundation YouTube channel to listen to this Abhidhamma class at your convenience as well. So as always, we have our esteemed teacher, Most Venerable Bulwala Ratana Siritero, to teach us about Abhidhamma in a way that we can understand. So without further ado, we will start with the recording, Reverend Sir. If you can switch on your video cam, we can also see you. And I hand over to you to start the session.
Good afternoon. Let's start our Abhidhamma class now. And today we are going to discuss about fine material consciousness, that is Rupavachara consciousness. In our early lessons, we discussed about sense sphere consciousness. So far, we are discussing about the ultimate reality consciousness. You know, consciousness, there are 89 or 121 consciousness. These consciousness have been synthesized depending on the grounds that they associate, the world that they associate. Since sphere Kamavachara, 54 consciousness, they associate where the sensuous world. Do you know, can you remember the world or the grounds where these 54 consciousness associates? Can you remember 6 heavens and 4 hells and 1 human world? There are 11 sensuous worlds where these karma or sense sphere consciousness associate. Analyzing those 54 consciousness, we studied these consciousness connect with morality and karma and result. You know, learning Abhidhamma is to get the person to understand or realize Nibbana. What is the way toward Nibbana? It is known as Tisiksha, threefold of training, Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila, morality; Samadhi, concentrations; Panya, wisdom. Now look at these sense sphere consciousness. Karma 50, 54. You can understand the connect in morality. This consciousness deals with kusal and nakusal. And again, the karma and vipaka, karma and result. So there is ethical values and also there is morality. So understanding these 54 sense sphere consciousness, people tend to develop their morality, sila, the first step towards Nibbana. Sila, morality. They understand karma and vipaka. If they commit unwholesome activity, they will get a bad result, painful result. So they abstain from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, lying, and having liquor and so on. They abstain from unwholesome activities and they develop their morality. That is sense sphere consciousness, karma, vachara. Now look at these immaterial, fine material consciousness, rupa, vachara. They are 15 in number. They are 15 in number. This consciousness analyzed into 15 consciousness, and they have been synthesized again. Kusala, vipaka, kriya. Kusala, wholesome; vipaka, resultant; kriya, functional. Wholesome 5, resultant 5, and functional 5. These 15 consciousness are seen wholesome 5 and resultant 5 and functional 5, they are seen. Then we'll try to understand these 5 consciousness, wholesome consciousness. Vitakka, vichara, piyati, sukha, ekaggata. Patamajjana, kusala, chitta. Second one, vichara, piyati, sukha, ekaggata, sahitam. Dutiya jhana, kusala, chittam. Piyati, sukha, ekaggata, sahitam, tatiya jhana, kusala, chittam. Sukha ekaggata, sahitam, chatuchajjana, kusala, chittam. Upekka ekaggata, sahitam, panchamadhyana, kusala, chittam. Those 5. Now, when we come to Vipaka also, these 5 comes because we know karma and result. Karma also consciousness. Karma resultant also consciousness. So when person engage this karma, wholesome activities, as a result of that, they get these 5 consciousness. For instance, when person developed this consciousness, when person has developed this consciousness as karma, to result those karma, they are to be born in Brahmaloka as the result. They are born in Brahmaloka and they have these 5 consciousness as a result. Then functional kriya, when arahant, when they want to stay in this jhana, having tranquility in their mind, they developed, they contemplate these 5 jhanas, vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. But as they are arahant, there is no result. There is no result. So it is called functional consciousness kriya, because they do not get result of karma. Then immaterial consciousness, next consciousness, immaterial consciousness, they are in 12 number, and they are also synthesized in wholesome, resultant, and functionals. When we look into this consciousness, we can understand they connect with samadhi, concentrations. This immaterial consciousness and sense, fine material consciousness. Those consciousness connect with samadhi, sila, samadhi, panya. So these consciousness connect with samadhi. That means it connects with meditation, bhavana. So to understand this consciousness, fine material consciousness and also the immaterial consciousness, to understand those consciousness, you must have some knowledge about meditation, bhavana. To practice meditation, first, bhikkhu or lay follower, lay person, they must develop their morality. Now, in sensuous sphere consciousness, understanding those sense sphere consciousness, person developed his morality first, sila, he developed. How he developed his sila? As a bhikkhu, he has some precepts to preserve, observe, and bhikkhuni and upasaka, upasika. As a bhikkhu, he must develop his patimokkha samvara sila, Indriya samvara sila, Ajiva parasuddha sila, Pratya sannitita sila. So bhikkhu, bhikkhunis, so they developed those morality to practice meditation. Before to practice meditation, they developed their morality. Upasaka, upasika, the lay followers, they observe 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, and they develop their morality. After developing the morality, the person is suitable, he is capable in practicing meditation. There are further details. As a bhikkhu, Buddha said, Indriyesu gupta dharo hoti. As a bhikkhu, he must develop discipline in his 5 faculties. When he responds to the objects outside through his faculties, there must be a discipline. Gupta Dhara means he has closed his 5 faculties for the unwholesome objects. He does not take in unwholesome objects into his faculties. That is, Indriyesu Gupta Dharu Hoti. So he must train his 5 faculties, eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. He must practice. He has to select the objects. What are the suitable objects? What are the wholesome objects? What are kusal? What are kusal? In that way, he has to develop his disciplines in his faculties in getting objects into his faculties. Then Bhojanehi Mattanjutata Hoti. Having foods, there must be some discipline there, having food. He must eat food by understanding the necessity of the body. I take this food to survive my life or to practice tisitsa towards Nibbana. I take this food not to enjoy my life, not to be happy, or not to be enjoy my life. I take this food to get away from hunger and to survive my body, to practice meditation and so on towards Nibbana. So Bodhinehi Mattanutata Hoti. And he understands the suitable foods for him, for his healthy. He must protect it healthy. So in taking foods, he must be careful about the kind of foods. To protect its healthy, he takes foods, understanding the nature of the food that he is taking. That is, Bhojanehi Mattanmitata Hoti. And Jagaryana Yoga means at night, without sleeping, by walking, he must think of his life and how far he has developed morality, how far he has purified his mind from defilements by walking towards and backwards. That is called Sakman, that he, by walking, he thinks those things. What are the defilements that have in my mind? And then he tried to suppress, get away from those defilements. That is Jagaryanu Yogote Hoti. In that way, the bhikkhu or the lay follower, he must practice morality. He must develop his morality, and he must try to develop his mind to make a suitable person to practice meditation. Before to practice meditation, the first necessity is developing morality, sila. Now, when we think of this fine material consciousness, 15 fine material consciousness, I told you they connect with samatha, samadhi, bhavana, that connect with concentration, samadhi, patamak dhyana, dutya dhyana, chatutya dhyana, panchamak dhyana. How he developed his concentrations, ekaggata, gradually, how he developed his concentrations. Now take the first one, vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. This is the first absorption, the first jhana. In Vibhanga Prakarana, in jhana sections, it has been described these vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata as 5 factors. Can you understand these words? Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha. What is vitakka? Vitakka means here, vitakka is now when the person starts to develop his concentration, he starts his meditations. It may be kasina bhavana or anapanasati bhavana. You can enter samadhi by practicing anapanasati or kasina bhavana. When you are nearly to attain these jhanas, you have already developed your mind in meditations up to upekka sahagata panchat vajjana chitta and upekka sahagata manodvara vajjana chitta. You have developed those, you have created those consciousness engaging in meditations, then you are ready to practice the kasina bhavana or anapanasati to achieve those absorptions. Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. The first one. Here the vitakka is when the person engaged in kasina bhavana. If it is kasina bhavana, he sit nearby kasina, facing to kasina. The distance may be about 1 meter between the mendicant and the kasina. The distance may be 1 meter. Then the mendicant select a suitable short seat and he sits there and he try to concentrate his mind on the kasina or the object. Then the vitakka is your consciousness keep on the objects. That is vitakka. Avoiding or forgetting other objects outside you. You forget everything, every object around you, and you accept only the kasina object. So vitakka is the consciousness or the mental factor there. It is to accept the object, avoiding other objects. It accepts the other he accepts the casino objects into his mind. That is the first step. Then the mendicant, he forget all those objects around him, and only he keeps on his mind on that object. Vitakka does it. Vitakka keep this consciousness on that object. Vitakka is a concept. In other words, vitakka is a concept. Vitakka, it fixes the consciousness on the object. Vitakka does not allow to go to other objects. Vitakka does not allow consciousness to go to other objects. Vitakka fixes the consciousness on the objects. Then vichara. Vichara, that is thinking of the object. He investigate. Vichara is the investigate, that is the mental factor that investigate the objects. The consciousness goes round and round investigating the objects. The consciousness does not go out. The consciousness goes round and round within the limit of the consciousness. I can explain you in this example. You know the protractor, the compass, it has two arms. When you want to draw a circle, we use this compass or protractor. There is two arms. One arm we fix in the center. The other arms, it goes around and draw the circle and complete it. It moves around within the certain distance, that is diameter. Within the diameter, it always goes round and complete the drawing of the circle. The arm that fits in the center is like vitakka, and the arms that moves around within the radiance or within the distance of diameter, it is like vitakka, vichara. Another example, it has been given in commentary. When a bee flies to the flower to suck nectar, the bees stay in space at a distance on the flower before to suck nectar. So such time, such incidents can be known as vitakka. Then he moves around the body. It can be known as vichara. That's how we have to understand vitakka and vichara. Then in the first jhana, absorptions, there are 5 factors: vitakka, vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. Then, in the second absorption, there is Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. Now, the Vitakka, the factor, there is no Vitakka there because no need of Vitakka. Because the mind has been concentration up to some extent, so no need of vitakka there. That is not good for concentration. So vitakka is not there in the second jhana. The vichara is there. Only vichara is there. Then we come to the third jhana, then vichara also goes away. Vichara, that is investigation. After investigation, the person, the mendicant, feels happiness there because of his mind is going to concentrate. So he feels happiness there. Then third one, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. There are Piti and Sukha and Ekaggata. Ekaggata is concentration. He feels some happiness there. And then when he comes to the fourth one, Piti is not there. So happy and joy, it's also not good for the concentration. So he avoid the piti also. The mendicant avoid piti also. Then in the fourth jhana, sukha ekaggata. Only sukha and ekaggata is there. Then sukha means that he feels some tranquility in his body and mind. So he avoids this sukha also. And there, in the fifth absorptions, upekha ekaggata. Ekaggata is there. Upekha means there is no any boundaries. There is no happiness or worry. Equanimity is there. So ekaggata is there, concentration is there. That is samadhi, upekha, ekaggata. Now this consciousness associates in 16 Brahmaloka. In 16 Brahmaloka, the Brahmas bear this consciousness. But in human beings, when they want to be born in this Brahmaloka, they practice meditations, they practice kasina bhavana, and they develop this absorptions, 5 absorptions and concentrations. When they dies with this concentration, with these 5 jhanas, they will be born in Brahma Loka as a result. That is karma and vipaka as the result. So as a result, there appear those 5 consciousness. Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. In that way, there appears these consciousness in their minds as the result. When Arahant, when they practice these absorptions, develop this absorption, there arise this concentration in their mind, but they are not the result of the karma. So they are known as kriyada functional. That is how you concentrate, you develop your concentration, samadhi. When the mendicant, he has developed these 5 consciousness, he can develop the other immaterial consciousness also. He can develop Akasanan Chayatana, Vinyanan Chayatana, Akincanyayatana, Nevasanya, Nasanyayatana. He developed those consciousness. He avoid object there, kasina. He avoid kasina and he take space as the object. The space is eternal. Space is eternal. In that way, he developed his minds and he has Akasanan Chayatana. Then he take consciousness, Vijnana, consciousness as the object, and he developed his mind, he developed his concentration. Consciousness is eternal. Consciousness is eternal. In that way, he tried to concentrate his mind. That is, Akasanan Chayatana, Vijnanan Chayatana. Then, third absorption, Akincanyayatana. In Akincanyayatana, he developed nothing is there. Akincanyayatana, absolute sense. He thinks nothing is there in the space, and he developed his absorption. Then the fourth one, the final one, Neva Sanya, Na Sanyayatana. That is neither consciousness nor non-consciousness. Neva Sanya, Na Sanya Yatana. Those are 12 consciousness connect with the samadhi, the concentration. So the 15 fine material sphere consciousnesses and 12 immaterial consciousness connect with samadhi, concentrations. In Vibhanga Prakarana, it gives fairly large descriptions about these consciousness. Fine material sphere consciousness. When the mendicant developed these fine material consciousness, the first one, Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata, he developed those 5 factors on the object, and there happens contact, passa. There happens contact in the mind, passa. Then Vedana, perception, Sanya, Chetana, volition, in that way up to Samadhi and Vipassana. Those thoughts arise in the mind. Kayuddhikata, Chittudhikata, Kaya Pagunyata, Chitta Pagunyata. In that way, all the wholesome thoughts that connect with, that lead the person towards concentration appear in those consciousness. In that way, it has been described. So we must understand the consciousness, all the consciousness, 89 consciousness, they have been synthesized or categorized in Kamavachara, Rupavachara, Arupavachara, Lokottara. So Kamavachara, that is Sila, Kamavachara, Rupavachara and Arupavachara, that is Samadhi, Sila, Samadhi, and Lokottara is Panya, the wisdom. That is how these consciousness have been synthesized. Those are the nature of these consciousness in Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So, in studying Abhidhamma, we have to develop our morality, and after that, we have to concentrate our mind by developing meditation. To develop those 5 absorptions or the 4 absorptions, you have to practice your mind in meditations by using the suitable methods or the meditation. I think you have some knowledge about meditation. There are 2 methods of meditation, Samatha and Vipassana. Samatha Bhavana and Vipassana Bhavana. In Samatha Bhavana, you have to develop your mind on 40 kasina objects. 40 kasina. There are 40 kasina objects to practice Samatha Bhavana. After the thing is that you must select the suitable objects to practice your Samatha Bhavana. Buddha has pointed out people, they are in 6 different characters. Saddha Karita, Moha Karita, Desa Karita, Vitakka Karita, Raga Karita, Moha Karita. In that way, people are in different characters. So according to the character of the person, he must select the suitable objects to develop his kasina bhavana. Now you can see here the 40 objects in Samatha Bhavana. 10 kasina meditation devices. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Nila, Pita, Lohita, Odata. In that way, there are 10 kasinas objects. So you have to select according to your character. The Kammatthana carrier, he can select a suitable object for you, a suitable kasina for you to meditate. If you are in raga character, raga means desire in sensual pleasure. Person who is in desire in sensual pleasure is called raga charita. So this person, asubha bhavana, the repulsive bhavana, is suitable for him. So the clever teacher, the Kammatthana carrier, he can select according to the character of the person, the suitable kasina object, a suitable object to practice meditation. For instance, the Saddha character. Saddha is faith. When the person is faith in triple gems and he has faith in engaging meritorious deeds, he has faith to listen to Dhammas and so on. Such persons are called Saddha Charita. So Saddha Charita, such person is suitable, the Buddha Anusati Bhavana, that is memorizing the 9 good qualities of the Buddha, Arahant, Samma Sambuddha, Vidyacharana Sampanna, Sugata Lokavidu, Anuttara Purisa Dhamma Sarati, Sattha Buddha Bhagava. In that way, he can contemplate the 9 qualities of Buddha, Buddha Anusati, then Dhamma Anusati, 6 qualities of Dhamma, and Sangha Anusati, 9 qualities of Sangha. In that way, the Saddha, the person who is in Saddha Charita, he can develop those meditations. And person who is in Vitakka Charita, if he is suitable the Anapanasati, that is, you keep your mind in exhaling and inhaling, you keep on your mind and you concentrate your mind and you think, I abolish my defilements. You inhale and you exhale by thinking, I develop my morality. I get away from defilements. In that way, you can develop your mind up to have jhana. up to the Kasina Bhavana, Vitakka Vichara Piti Sutta Ekaggata, up to that, you have to practice those meditations. Now, Desa Charita, the person, if the person is in anger in always, he's called in Dosa Charita. He is suitable for Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekka, these four objects. Metta Bhavana. Metta means Maitri Bhavana. You contemplate your metta first to you and then to your parents and teachers and then to your neighbors and the country, and again after that you developed your metta to all the beings, visible and invisible beings, and you select some directions and sub-directions. In that way you develop your metta, and you can develop your karuna, compassion, mudita, your mudita, equanimity, upekha, equanimity, mudita, your softness, your tranquility. You can develop in that way metta, karuna, mudita, upekha. In that way, you have to practice your meditation up to that to develop your dhyana, the absorption. Before that, you have to engage in those methods of meditation to develop your mind to be a suitable person to achieve absorption. That is samadhi, the concentrations. So I have explained you samadhi here. That is fine material consciousness and also immaterial consciousness. They connect with samadhi. Then you can understand learning Abhidhamma is that is practicing the way, the pathway towards Nibbana. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. I think the time is up now. I will stop my Abhidhamma lesson today. Thank you very much for listening to me. Blessing of the triple gems be showered upon you. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Much merit to you, Reverend Sir. If there are any questions, this is a good time to put them forward. We do not have any questions on the Google form, but if there are any questions to listeners on the YouTube channel or our listener in Zoom here today, you're most welcome to ask your question. So we have covered almost half of the topic under consciousness, or more than.
Yeah, I had one question.
Yes.
May I ask?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Venerable about alarm bun and how consciousness like related to it and Venerable.
Yes. So Meksha, could you repeat the first word you said? It wasn't clear for me.
Alarm bun. Maybe I
Alambana, Alambana,
Yeah.
Arambana. Okay, Arambana maybe. Reverend Sir, did you get the question? Arambana and consciousness, the relationship.
Aramana. Aramana and consciousness. Now, consciousness is there. Aramana object is outside there in the environment. Then
Yeah, Reverend Sir, Samiksha just corrected. She says Alambana.
Alambana.
Yes.
Alambana. Alambana and consciousness.
Yes.
That is what is the relationship. Alambana. Alambana, I have understood it. That is contact. That is attached to that object. That is alambana. Attaching to the object is alambana. Consciousness, sometimes it attached. There is attachment with the object in consciousness, and that is called alambana, the attachment. That is the relationship between consciousness and alambana.
Thank you, Venerable.
So I understand that when you have when a consciousness arises, Alambana would support it or sustain it.
Yeah.
Connecting
the
it.
consciousness stay there.
Okay, the sustainability of that consciousness depends on how much or how much it is attached to the object or how it is connected with what the object is, or the reason for the maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be an object. It could be,
that is I think it connects with vitakka and vichara, alambana.
Okay.
Attachment there, accepting alambana.
Yeah, that initial and sustained application then of the consciousness. Thank you for that clarification, and thank you very much for the question. So we will return with our 6th Abhidhamma class in the new year, the first day of the new year, January 2022. Until then, much merit for listening to Abhidhamma, to our dear listeners, and much merit to our esteemed teacher, Most Venerable Bulwala Ratanasiri Thero. So I will end today's session. May you all stay safe and be well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are these sessions recorded also?
Yes, these are live on the Sangakaya YouTube channel. If you go to, there are 2 playlists. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Welcome. I'm ending the